All
Part
right.
of his name.
The Shell Answer Man's got nothing on this guy. If you aren't already on the road, you might want to get going. Today, as you no doubt are aware, is the day before Thanksgiving, the biggest traffic day of the year.
All right, former New York City Traffic Commissioner Sam Schwartz, also known as Gridlock Sam, is here to give us some tips, tell us the lay of the land. How bad is it?
Well, it's going to get pretty bad this afternoon. I'm looking into my crystal ball, and I see 3 to 5 mile backups at the George Washington Bridge in both directions around 5 o'clock. Same thing at the Verrazano Bridge, Long Island Expressway. Every road to Grandma's house is going to be jammed. And it's different than a usual rush hour because it's jammed in both directions. Just as many people are leaving New York City as are coming home to New York City. So we've got it in both directions. Airports, allow yourself at least an extra 90 minutes if you're heading to the airport. Of course, the bus, train terminals will be filled. We still have some service that is out on the rail. That means more people on the roads. Right now, we're looking at a 2% jump from last year, and that's we're back to the peak levels of 2007.
Sam, a lot of people aren't aware that the Grinch actually makes his first appearance in the city on Friday in the form of people who are issuing tickets, correct?
Yes. When I was traffic commissioner, I noticed that we wrote a certain number of tickets every single day. The day after Thanksgiving, it soared. It more than doubled. And the reason for that is a lot of people think it's still a holiday. They may be off from work. They're out shopping for Black Friday. They look at the parking regulations, say, it must be suspended. Well, that's the busiest day for writing tickets, the busiest day for towing cars. You're going to be really unhappy. I can tell you the tow pound was filled with a lot of Christmas gifts on the day after Thanksgiving.
Ooh.
That's rough. On top of all the money you spent, you got to pay your way out of that tow pound.
That's right.
What about routes to get from east to west tomorrow? A lot of people want to run from the east side or the southern tip of Manhattan or the northern tip to go converge on the parade and get a good spot. Where can you go and where can't you?
First of all, the parade's going down 6th Avenue this year, so it's going to be a little easier for some people. If they're on Madison Avenue, they could just walk 2 blocks to 6th Avenue, and I don't think it's going to have the same kind of crowds that you get through Times Square. It's not as constrained. Bryant Park, what a terrific location for taking a look, because many of the floats, you don't have to be right up and then that first person in line. You could be somewhere in the middle of Bryant Park and look up, and you've got a wonderful view. The parade is going to terminate on 34th Street, so that's a good location. If you're driving, stay south of 30th Street, stay north of 81st Street. You'll be able to get cross town, but stick with Madison Avenue, and I think you're going to do better than most other people.
You know, we always talk about the day before Thanksgiving, but what about Thanksgiving itself? I mean, do we have significant traffic in the morning, say, where people are getting to their destinations closer by?
Yeah, Thanksgiving morning is very interesting. If you're flying, it's a great time to fly, and you got bargains Thanksgiving morning. So the really savvy travelers, they'll be out there and not in big numbers. So Thanksgiving morning, easy to drive. Once you begin to get to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, again, the Verrazano Bridge, George Washington Bridge, Long Island Expressway, Lincoln Tunnel, all will be jammed. Jersey Turnpike, Garden State Parkway. There's an unusual period, a brief respite, if you can manage it. It's when everybody's at the dining room table and they're eating from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., suddenly traffic disappears. And then it reemerges after 7 again.
It's interesting. I don't know if you know, but Gridlock Sam actually has his family Thanksgiving at 9:30 in the morning. Right. Everyone travels to his house at 5 a.m.
No
and leaves at 2:30 p.m. Sam, thanks so much for joining us. We should probably mention as well that on Thanksgiving, people have the tendency to toast and to drink. Never, ever drink and drive. And again, also, for people who decide to stay extra late to avoid the traffic, driving while drowsy can be as dangerous as driving when you're under the influence.
Absolutely. You're absolutely correct. Good advice.
Thanks.